let's just say you got wrong with someone, right? And they don't have the ability to feel sympathy or empathy, and they're completely okay
Yep.
sleeping at night. They killed
Yeah.
someone, whatever, horrible
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? How would you react to that? Because
I
they're
mean, I try to
completely
forgive
fine.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try to forgive them. So here's the thing: sociopaths don't feel guilty or empathy, but they're not also completely fine. They tend to have self-destructive behavior. We have a saying in the military: when you see the enemy ship burning, let it burn. Don't jump on the ship while it's burning and then kill the captain and then jump. Just let the ship burn, right? With a sociopath, you need to think of a sociopath like I don't know if you know, like I think it's called plutonium oxide. If you had like some plutonium right here, it would quickly like merge with the oxygen in the air, and if you breathe it in, it's hyper toxic. It would kill you very quickly. Okay, it's just very on top of the fact that it's radioactive. Like maybe uranium oxide. I could get this wrong, but anyway, radioactive material in the room with you, it would kill you. What do I do with the radioactive material? Do I hit the radioactive material with my hand? No. Okay. Do I get it? Do I insult the radioactive material? No. I get the fuck away from it. That's what you have to do with sociopathy. Like when you insult people, you want them to feel some kind of pain for the way you're insulting them, but sociopaths don't feel that, so you're just not winning. Like you're arguing against someone's ego, but it's just going through them. Like your insults don't hurt them, and you can't embarrass them. So it's really pointless for you to get involved in these situations, and it's a no-win situation. So the trick is with anybody who shows any kind of cluster B personality disorder, where they have like low levels of empathy or remorse, Machiavellian behavior, get as far away as possible because you can't, because they're toxic, they're radioactive, and you just have to get away with them. That's the only way to do it. You can't fix them, so it's time to get away. By the way, minimal contact, speak to my attorney, that kind of shit.
I'm thinking more of like, if whenever there was a guy that I know just recently, and his girl cheated on him, right? And he was telling me that, well, she's gonna regret this. I'm like, I don't think so, bro. Like, I think
she won't regret this.
She has justified it already. She did it because she never liked you.
I don't know 10 girls. Like if you think I'm exaggerating, go through my IG. I know thousands of women, and I don't know 10 girls. You know what? I don't know 5 girls who've ever told me they regretted cheating on a dude or regretted breaking up with the dude. I don't know 5. When they leave a dude, it doesn't matter how bad their situation is. As soon as they break up with the dude, they cannot conceive of the fact that they may have made a mistake. They will. It's like, it's not, hey, you cheated on your husband, then he left you, and now you're in a worse financial situation, so maybe you shouldn't have cheated on your husband. That never occurs to them. The only thing that they say is like, he's an asshole for not continuing to support me and support our children. Like, you're forgetting the part about where you cheated. You remember that part? Remember that? Right? So that's the issue.
Yeah, 100%. It's justified. It's almost his fault, right? It's like, that's how they justify it. There was another girl that I was talking to like a couple of months ago, and she just cheated on her boyfriend or fiance, I can't remember. And I was like, oh, how do you feel about it? Like, she's like, well, he didn't go down on me for 2 months, and like, I'm sick and tired of this. So I did.
Justification for doing it, absolutely. Instead of just breaking up with him.
It's his fault. Yeah. I'm like, why don't you just break up?
Absolutely,
it's his fault. Yeah. And I'm like, so when are you gonna break up with him? And she's like, oh, like this week. Like, I'm gonna do it eventually. And I'm like, why not do it now? Oh, because I live in the apartment. I can't just leave.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you guys are hilarious. And like, her friend is the girl I was dating, and she was fully supporting her. And I'm like, okay, I know where you stand. Yeah, I gotta like step away from you.
Yeah. So when I hear stories like that, I'm like on the fence. I never pretend to know everything. I don't know everything. Sadia Khan, who I love her content. I've never met her, but I love her content. She said that on Lewis Howes' show that she believes that women cheat more than men, but they don't consider it cheating. They're just like, oh, he didn't satisfy me, so they don't consider it to be cheating. If that's the truth, then women would cheat more than men. They have such a dissonance about what they're doing that they don't believe that they're actually cheating. And I've said this before. There are some, I know this to be a fact. There's some women right now that literally will suck a guy's dick, and then afterwards, because they were mad at their boyfriend, and if you put them on a polygraph and said, hey, did you suck this guy's dick? They'd say no. And they'd get away with it because they fully convinced themselves it's not cheating. It's possible to have that level of dissonance, to actually, like, where you bend reality in your own mind. Yes, I do believe that's real. I'm on the fence with that. Like, I think 50 years from now, 100% women will be cheating more than men. I don't know if it's the truth, if it's today. Maybe 20 years from now, I think it'll be 2-1. I could be wrong. But some people think it's already there now. And I don't know that to be a case. I know Mac and Murphy doesn't believe that to be the case. I know Sadia Khan believes it to be the case. So it's just one of these interesting situations where, there's a lot of guys who don't count. It's really crazy. When I finally get women to admit this, it's like women, their body count to them is precious. And, if they've only been with 3, maybe 7 guys. And so adding another body because they got fucked up and fucked, Chris Brown backstage at a concert, they don't want to add that body. It's not worth it. It was just one fuck. So they don't want to add it. So they don't put it on the ledger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll tell their female friends, but they won't tell guys. And so that becomes, problematic. Individually, it's not problematic, but overall, just the concept of whether or not a woman's been with 5 guys or 10 guys is not essentially what's problematic. What's problematic is the concept of you feeling comfortable about lying. Do you understand? You feeling so strongly about something that you were able to convince yourself that it didn't happen. That's what's uncomfortable. Because then what happens in the relationship with me? You can now convince yourself you didn't cheat. You see what I'm saying? That's where things become problematic. I can't find this data anymore, but I saw it one time and made me laugh so hard. Men were asked if receiving a blowjob was cheating, and it was a high number, but it was like 55% of men said it was cheating, but like 45% of men said it wasn't cheating. And then they asked the same group of men, if your girlfriend gives a blowjob, is that cheating? And it was like 95% of men said that was cheating. I wish I could find that data, but it was so funny when I saw that. And I was like, yes, that's true.